50 and 60. Do you think it depends on the meals and diet?
Absolutely. You know, these are two influential factors that affect total quality of life, including the lifespan. By making comparison, it might become further and much more plausible in terms of the grade and the extent by which these two items would affect the lifespan and totally the life quality. We all have been told so many and several stories about how short people used to live just less than 100 years ago. But now we are seeing that people are just seeing the 90s or even 100 years and even further. And absolutely, it would not have come true uh, at the absence of such a very highly qualified hygiene rate and medical custody. At the moment, we are seeing that medicine is just at the ultimate and the zenith of its growth. All around the world, people are reportedly being seen who have just aged more than 100 years, in particular those living in Far East Asia and stuff.
What's your opinion about nowadays? We observe many farmers use more over the fertilizer in the farm and in the agriculture. Do you think it depends on the lower aging nowadays?
In countries that we are seeing, including the one of ours, and as we have recently been acknowledged about such a very bad and shocking news, fertilizers and pesticides absolutely are some chemicals that affect negatively on health and totally the aging process. Uh, I could not professionally so predetermined to say whether or not that is something that directly would affect to deplete the low lifespan or not, but absolutely to the extent I'm concerned, it is absolutely something influential. You know, whatever being made by human, in particular about the chemicals, so many bad aftermaths are expected to raise, and it is just the same story we all know. For instance, recently we have just seen so many crops being exported but got refunded and got back to the country of ours because being tested they illuminated something so shocking about the dose of these chemicals being accumulated within these fruits and these crops. And it shows that globally it has been substantiated they are destructive and they're just something hazardous for health and survival. But unluckily, it is not being observed here for various reasons.
And then I can ask to you nowadays many adult people prefer to take care grandparents in the nursing home and as our duty care of parent is our tasks. What your opinion about this manner?
You know, my direct opinion about such practice is clear. We fundamentally have been simulated that nursing home is just a place that seniors are brutally being held and stuck. But with rummaging the process that they're just proceeding and their tasks, their list of the responsibilities they all take custody of, I'm sure you'll be convinced. Not only they're not brutal, not only they're not just peers and stuff, they uh, take care professionally and very conveniently about all people. You know, there are so many courses that they have passed, but we do not. There are so many proficiency that we have never heard even a word of. And it is just a very fanatic idea, or in cases illogical idea about senile that need to be kept within their children's house or their own house. Just imagine couple of months being alone, being away from society, having some very ordinary food and stuff. They are just human. They are just that very perfect people that they used to be respected. Now they have just got this senility and they do not deserve to be behaved so. It's a very essential and fundamental thought that we all have to make alteration about, and that is the very negative aspect about nursing home. Never ever is a place like that, a very uh, deadly place, a very fatal place for senile to be tortured or to be killed and stuff. These are just very rumors being spread in the society, and we Iranians all have just this very pessimist idea about these people. But I'm sure because I have studied and surveyed what they're doing within these places, and I'm sure right now that it is much better than the custody their children might have taken or care of parents.
Thank you for this opportunity. I can